Hey guys, I'm back and I am here with another video that is a part of my college audition series for musical theater. So today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 tips for musical theater college auditions. Some of them are going to seem very random, some of them are going to seem very straightforward, and you might already know them. I was typing on my phone and I was like, yeah, these seem good. They seem like those are things that people need to know. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna share with you. And then along the way, it's gonna be a little bit of a Q&A too. So I asked Courtney's break room yet again for some more questions. And I'm gonna pull these questions from my old post and from the most recent one. Let's get freaking started, guys. Tip number 1, remember that you are doing what you love. I know that like for a lot of people, you're going into this audition and you're like, ugh, I wish I didn't have to do this sucks. But the way that you should be thinking about it is, I get to go into this room with all of these world-renowned teaching artists who literally know the business like the back of their hand, and you get to sing or dance or act for them, which is what you love, that's why you're doing this, and they get to decide whether they think that you would be a good fit for their school. That should be nothing but exciting. Don't think about it as my whole life is riding on this. Think about like, yeah, I've been waiting for this for a while. I get to go in there and finally get to show them what I can do. If you look at it in a negative light, oh my God, it's going to show. And nobody wants someone that isn't enjoying the fact that they're performing. And I think that might have been one of the things that schools liked about me, because every time I walked in the room, I was always excited. You just have to do your best and remember that you're doing what you love. Now we're gonna get a question from Courtney's break room. We got a lot of likes on this question. So, how was the process of finding a roommate? Does committing later to a school affect that process? This is a really good question because I never really thought about this until it happened, and then I was like, wait. So basically, it depends. If you would like to room with an MT, it doesn't matter because you all find out at the same time and you all are a class at the same time and then you figure out. But if you don't want to room with an MT, that's all good. You are not too late. Trust me, March, it's not too late. There's so many people who literally don't decide until May 1st, like normal people who aren't doing musical theater. So you can easily find a roommate. It's really not that hard. Most schools have Facebook groups just like Courtney's break room, and you just post and you just say like, hey, I'm Audrey. I like to sing, dance, and act. I'll be majoring in musical theater, and I'm just looking for a roommate who likes to go out like I do. Or if you're somebody who doesn't like to go out, you'll say like, I'm looking for someone who is more laid back and likes to have like chill nights in. You just kind of like say who you are, do you want to room with me? And then tons of people will message you, and yeah, that's really it. It's not anything too complicated, and you will not have a problem with the process being late. I swear on my life, it's all good. Tip number 2. Let's see. This one's so good. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know if people get this or understand this, because I've seen so many people just not execute this. And it really, at least in my eyes, I feel like it just hurts them so much. So you need to be polite and respectful to everyone and anyone you come across on the audition day, or the day before, or the day after, or in the entire process. Because 1, no matter who it is, whoever you run into might have a link to that school. That's the reality of it. You have to be nice to everyone. You have to be respectful. If you aren't, you're just hurting yourself. Being a kind person wherever you are, especially on these audition days, will help you so much in the long run. Question number 2. How many monologues should I actually have prepared for MT? Will schools ask me to do more? It depends on the school. The most monologues I had to do was 3. I would have 4 prepared. Simply because, say you do your comedic, and they're like, I don't know if I love that comedic. Can you do another comedic? You should have another comedic. If you do a dramatic and they're like, I don't know if I love that. Could you do another dramatic? You should probably have another dramatic. You don't need more than one classical monologue, if I'm being so honest. Like, I've never heard of anyone having to do more than 2. With my experience, the school that asked me to do the most monologues was Carnegie Mellon, and they're notorious for asking you to do a lot of monologues. So, you know, if you are auditioning for Carnegie Mellon, you should probably have 4 or 5, just because they might ask for more, just because they have a huge emphasis on acting at their school, and it's really helpful for you, and it's an advantage for you to have more prepared, because then they can always ask for more, and then they can see that you are prepared and that you're, you know, versatile. So yeah, I would have 4, and then if you can have more, amazing, that's sick, but you probably don't need more than 4. This is number 3, and it kind of ties into this. Always be prepared. One time, I went to my Emerson audition in Boston, and we drove out like day of. The audition, I think, started at like 2 o'clock. It was like the second audition of that day. We got there, and we were meeting my dad's friend from college for coffee and stuff before my audition. So we meet him, get coffee, go back in the car, getting ready to drive to Emerson. And I didn't have my leotard. I didn't have my skirt. I only had the leggings that I wore for the car ride. I was mortified. I was like, how did this happen? How did I do this? So there we go. We sprint to Macy's. I grabbed a sports bra and a top and wore the leggings that I had. Thankfully, I had my, I think they were character shoes, or no, they were my ballet shoes, and I just wore my ballet shoes. I wear my ballet shoes to most of my auditions. Fun fact. I know that like a lot of people will say early is on time and on time is late. So seriously, make sure you're on time. That was the most nerve-wracking thing ever, especially because at that point I hadn't gotten into any schools. And I was really like riding on getting in there. And always be prepared. Yeah, so always just make sure you have your music marked 2 days before. Make sure you have your clothes packed 2 days before. Just make sure you have everything. And double and triple check, because you will literally thank yourself so much if you're prepared. Question number 3. Rank your dance calls from hardest to easiest. I have to pull up my list of schools. Hardest, Syracuse. Okay, I did get into Syracuse. I don't know how, because that dance call was so hard, unbelievably hard. So Syracuse, number 1, hardest. Second hardest, Penn State. Really hard. I would say that the next one would be University of Miami. That was pretty hard. I remember struggling in that dance call a little bit. 4 would be Elon. Elon was hard. Pace. You know, Pace and Elon were probably like same for how hard they were. A lot of people think that Pace's is really hard, but the thing is that Pace's choreography is really good, so it's not that hard to forget. After that, I would say probably Rider University. Then after that, maybe Cincinnati. After that, I would say Temple University. Then NYU. Oh, I forgot about Emerson. I would put Emerson up there right above Pace and Elon. Yeah. Did I say Indiana University? Indiana was pretty hard too. Indiana would be below Elon and Pace. Carnegie Mellon doesn't have a dance audition. Millikan University, I did not audition in person, I sent in a video. And then also University of Hartford, I sent in a video. So I don't know what their dance call was. I never heard anything about that being hard though. So yeah. Tip number 4, don't use sheet protectors for your music. Yeah. Don't do it. So this is question number 4, I guess? I think this is a good question, even though I'm sure all of you like have your pieces chosen. What were your pieces? Why did you choose them? And why do you think they were good choices? I have a funny story about my pieces. My pieces changed 3 times throughout the entire audition process, maybe 3 or 4. In the first, I think 3 auditions, I did my comedic monologue. Then I switched to my dramatic monologue. And so with this one, this is a perfect example of like why I chose it. This dramatic monologue literally just spoke to my soul. I still use it to this day. It was just kind of like relatable for me, I guess, because yeah, just life stuff. It was just, I resonated with it, and that's why I loved it. Then my songs, I just kind of really like went back and forth with my songs, and I honestly couldn't tell you like why I chose them. It was more just kind of like, oh, I guess I sound good singing this, I'll do this. And I guess I can act it, so like, sure, I'll do this. But by the end of my auditions, I had 2 solid songs. That was A Little Bit in Love from Wonderful Town, which is a beautiful, cute little song. Nobody really knows it. It's super easy to play though on the piano. And it's just really cute, and it showed my personality. And then I sang So Much Better from Legally Blonde. Everybody's like, you what? And it's like, yes, I sang So Much Better from Legally Blonde. And those last 3 auditions, I sang that. And guess what? I got into all 3 of those schools that I sang that at. Elon was actually one of the places where I sang So Much Better. That was what I did. So yeah, I loved those. They spoke to me, they were great. And yeah, tip number 5. This is just like a random thing. I don't even know if you guys have like heard of this before, or if anyone's told you this. And I don't think that it hinders people so much, but it's a good thing to know. I would say, don't mark on the side during the dance audition. So if one group is going and you haven't gone yet, most likely you shouldn't mark on the side. A lot of dance teachers will say that like that is just very distracting to their eye. So I would just try to refrain from that, and if you're gonna do it, just do it really small so you're not distracting the auditioner. And we're gonna choose one more question. So this question says what to bring and what to wear. Obviously, I would bring your makeup, your dance clothes, and your regular clothes. But also, always have some tea with you, always have water, always have, I love the Grethers pastilles. They're very expensive, but they're very good, and they really help your throat. And always have emergency, or airborne, whatever. And what to wear? Personally, I just wore, for the dance audition, I would wear tan tights, a maroon leotard, and a black skirt. And that was it. And then for my, singing audition, I would wear this pink wrap dress, so I just thought it fit my vibe. So just kind of like, I know a lot of people, they'll wear jumpsuits, dresses, yeah, just anything like that. Just make sure it's not inappropriate. And just try to wear something that like embodies you. And also, one of the songs I sang, this kind of goes back to one of the other questions, was I Don't Know What I'd Do Without You from A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And it says in the song, don't you just love me in pink, would you please?
Literally, what is that? Like, why did I think that was okay? I don't know.
So yeah, I wore a pink dress. Fun fact, when I went into Pace and I sang that and I was wearing pink, they laughed so hard because they were like, you're wearing pink! I'm like, yes, I am! It wouldn't make sense if I wasn't. So yeah. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know any other video ideas you have that you'd like me to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.